Well, hey folks, it's your old pal King Waspinator here. Welcome back to Total Party Skills. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. I've professed a few times on this channel about how much of the various Palladium role-playing games out there that Rifts has been a long-time favorite. And whereas I do feel that in recent years I kind of pulling a bit more away from it just because of kind of just how much the timeline and the story of the game has kind of played out, I still, admire a lot of things about it and like a lot of their Palladium games. And I'm going to talk about one of them. One of them which kind of low-key might actually be the best Palladium game that they have ever put out. And that would be Ninjas and Superspies, of all things. Now, there's a couple of just basic mechanical reasons why I'll say this. I mean, it's a real simple premise. It's about ninjas and super spies. It's one of those very rare rule books out there in the world that a player can borrow and read every last page of, and it's not going to spoil anything at all to do with what they're going to be doing in the game, because there's no NPCs or big bad world organization kind of information in here. It leaves it entirely up to you as the game master to decide exactly what you're going to do with this. And since it's mostly, ninjas versus super spies, the NPC creation is pretty much the same as the character creation, so there's really no need for any of that kind of stuff. You do have to go to the trouble of coming up with your own generic stats and all that, but, who cares? Another thing, though, that why I say it makes it maybe might be the best of the Palladium games is it makes the best use of Palladium's rule system when it comes to combat. The fact that their combat system has the strike, parry, dodge dynamics, and the multiple attacks for hand-to-hand combat fits perfectly with this. They got well over 40 different martial arts styles, which between all the different kind of martial arts powers and techniques that your characters can opt into, and in combination with like they have this nice hybrid OCC thing going on. There's elements about this that's real based on the original line of Palladium, where everything was skill programs, kind of based on a more of a scholastic model, and then in the later games they got more into trying to replicate your standard character class kind of setup with their OCCs. This has OCCs, but they're still built on scholastic skill programs, so it's like I said, it's a nice little sweet spot between the two. Obviously you got your ninjas, a wide variety of like kung fu masters, different kind of martial artists you can kind of craft just out of the basic martial artist templates they have. There's 2 of them, and they also like a variety of like private eyes, professional spies, mercenary spies, ex-military people, cyborgs. It might have the best version of cyborg rules that any Palladium book has too. Obviously, they're an early, company that got into like cross compatibility. It pairs up really well, obviously, with After the Bomb if you want to recreate Ninja Turtles, since they no longer sell Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness. But with the 2 of those, you can get the same thing, maybe even a little bit better, because you have more variety of animals and more variety of martial arts. And it links up with Heroes Unlimited. Although personally, I still say that in and of itself, it's a better game. It gives you a ton of creative freedom, and like I said, it actually really uses the mechanics of the combat system in the best way possible. I mean, because it's almost perfectly designed for that kind of like back and forth fast action kind of martial arts. It really simulates a kung fu movie kind of feeling when you play it, and I don't know, I had some good times with it way back in high school back in the day. I highly recommend it. They put out this new hardcover, which is pretty nice. It's got some art off the Mystic China cover on like the inner folds and all that kind of stuff, and some extra information, expanding some more options for mercenary companies and stuff like that. And it's a solid buy. I highly recommend it. So I guess on that note, tell me in the comments below once again what a terrible company Palladium is, and what a piece of shit I am for liking them and trying to tell you to look at their stuff. No doubt this is a terrible act of cultural appropriation. I mean, look at this. They got a Japanese guy kicking a white dude's ass. Like, that's so racist. So anyway, you have a good one. Stay waspinated. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. And buy my books and do other things that I want you to do.